Hey, how's it going on with you? My name is Mabu Nakagawa. Welcome to
Black Monday with Mabu.
It's already August, everybody. How's your summer? So far, so good? My summer is damn good, man. Oh boy, I really had a good time last week. I went on a field trip in Fukui Prefecture. I had a yakiniku party with my family. It's the best place I've ever heard. I should have eaten a lot, but I passed because I wanted to skip too much calorie intake. I knew once I get intoxicated with a glass of beer, I knew I was gonna be unstoppable, so I skipped it. This chocolate grilled meat was so good. Actually, I got vaccinated for COVID-19 on last weekend. I just got a shot vertically on my left shoulder. I stayed home and rest. I monitored myself to see how it went. For the whole weekend, I had a sore arm just like I had a strong muscle pain, but I fortunately didn't have a fever. Generally, a female tends to have a fever more possibly, but I think it's good to feel painful because side effect is a normal sign that your body is building a protection. Only a few of my co-workers at the company seemed to have a severe allergic reaction to a vaccine, but I think you don't have to take into a deep consideration about the potential risk of the first vaccine because you don't have to get the second shot of the vaccine after an immediate allergic reaction happened within 4 hours of getting vaccinated. You're gonna have official procedure on what to do when something bad happens right away. It still sounds scary, but it's better than you get infected, right? As far as I've seen the world news, it seems that overseas people desire vaccination ASAP. They want it no matter what. As we continue to follow this pandemic, of course, we continue to update how the second shot of vaccine will affect your body. You might have no problem, you might have a minor side effect or serious side effect, and eventually you might be dead. You might be dead. We don't know what's gonna happen. We still have a potential risk of a second shot of vaccination, but nevertheless, overseas people do not hesitate taking a second shot. I think that's a big difference of coronavirus cases worldwide between a teenage group in overseas countries and in Japan. In Japan, young people resist the vaccine. You know what's going on? I give you a clue why this is happening, and I'll give you my personal opinion as to what I think about the refusing vaccines. If you liked today's video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel as always. I will always welcome you. Since the pandemic breakout last year, we had generated some new social terminologies related to COVID-19. Today's topic I'm gonna be talking about is this. As you can see at the title, it's vaccine harassment. Do you guys have any idea what the hell that means? As mandatory vaccines become more widespread, there are some certain people who do not really want to take it. Some organizations like Apple are firing employees who do not take vaccine, and others are requiring unvaccinated employees to submit weekly test result as well as to take safety precautions. If you refuse vaccination as COVID-19 cases is right, people blame you. They force you to take it and treat you with disrespect and unfairness and sometimes discrimination. More or less, people are afraid of the vaccine. A student nurse got warned she wouldn't be able to earn credit and be on a job training at the hospital unless she takes the vaccine. Unvaccinated people are so anxious about the allergic reaction and its related side effect. If they put too much pressure on you, like they urge you to take a shot immediately, it can be considered as power harassment. It can be illegal. If so, people with a religious objection or a disability might need to be excused from mandate, otherwise accommodated. You have to be really picky and sensitive here. If you refuse to obtain a vaccine, I want to evaluate the risk of being with unvaccinated people like you. It doesn't mean I hate you, I want to run away from you, or I need to mistreat you. I would understand how critical it is. From my point of view, vaccination is absolutely a mandatory procedure. A vaccination mandate should be job related and consistent with a business necessity. If a vaccination requirement screens out people with disability, that sounds not good. But in terms of, like I said, business necessity affecting a group of people to justify employment criteria, vaccination has to be a must requirement. So for young people looking for a job at a good company, they're gonna have a tough time to get a job in America if you are unvaccinated. You're gonna be required before you have an interview. In Japan, they will be, because Japanese government wants to eliminate or reduce the likelihood the potential harm will occur. They define direct threat as a significant risk of substantial harm. That means once your organization finds you are unvaccinated, the reasonable accommodation has to be made, such as allowing you to work from home remotely or take a leave of absence, right? Yeah, いざせざだんど。Most of business where you can find in general business market, it's also impossible for everyone to work from home. If you work for a restaurant, for example, how could you work remotely? If you are new hired who has no job experiences at the entry level after graduation from college, how could you work remotely? Work from home requires you kind of technique. First, you have to know how to use computer, and there's a lot of disadvantage that can lead to counterproductive results if you are a lazy employee, right? Yeah, sucks, man. I don't really like to team up with lazy people. I prefer working alone to team because I'm so frustrated to work together when I see someone doing nothing or being incapable of doing the job. In Japan, it's pretty hard simply to hire those people once they join the team. Pretty much similar case as the company kicks unvaccinated people out of the community. What matters the best to you is, of course, you get the first and second vaccine done and go back to work. If you are self-employed, you are okay to refuse the vaccine, but you're gonna have to get ready for potential risk of social communication and more negative impacts on your business. If you're a teenager or a student, it's out of question though. You should shoot a vaccination as ASAP. The side effect tends to differ from one person to another, and it is said that your immune system deteriorates as you age, and more negative opinions kept coming out. But you should still take the vaccine unless you have an allergy. Talk to a doctor for medical treatment and make a quick movement for the next step. I really wish you guys stay healthy and be safe for infection. Today's video is intended for those who haven't been vaccinated yet and being afraid of it. I was afraid before the first shot, but now I'm ready for the second one in upcoming months. I hope you could follow me. Of course, you subscribe to my channel as you follow me. Just like you shoot subscription button right here. Please take into consideration one more time. Go to the local medical center after an appointment and let me see your good face afterwards. Alright, that's enough for today. Thank you so much for watching. You can stay up to date on what's new and get informed with information if you needed more. Leave me a message if you have any further question, and don't forget to forward my channel link to your family, friend, and whoever speaks English. Okay, I always welcome you. Alright, that's good enough. I see you in the next episode of Black Monday with Mabu. いってらっしゃい。最後までご視聴いただきどうもありがとうございました。これからもマブ中川をよろしくお願いいたします。またね。